And shit. All right, we're live. I'm so tired. I was telling City, I'm glad you guys are on to carry the conversation. You guys got the boobs in the conversation tonight, so we're good.
Come for the boobs, stay for the fun.
Is there like rules?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I am on YouTube.
Timbers has no rules. This is anarchy.
If I get stuck on YouTube, then whatever at this point.
Well, that's what I was like. You're on YouTube, so there probably is like rules.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't abide by them.
I think I'm far enough out where if I got another strike, Paul can correct me if I'm wrong. He's over in Rumble chat. I think I'd be okay. I wouldn't lose the channel, but then I would just be like, okay, I'm done on YouTube for a minute again.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either. They like demonetized me for no reason in like 2016 or 17, and they never told me why. I asked them like a few times, and then I just gave up. But I didn't do anything. Like I barely posted. I was like, oh, whatever. I made a video about addiction. That was it.
Oh, really?
It wasn't even bad. There was nothing. Like it was so weird, and they never told me why. So fuck them.
Fuck them. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey, Big Hands, Kamikaze. Adam, Paul, Randy, St. Michael, Shannon. Got everybody here.
Adam, don't let the kid run out the door again. You're responsible for keeping him in the house now. How about my pants almost falling off? I had to chase my son down the street. We live on like kind of a curvy downhill street, and he was on his scooter, and he just started going like a little bit faster than I needed him to be. So I'm running after him, and my shorts are falling off, and I'm like, oh my God, like how is this happening?
Adam says, use the duct tape next time.
Well, the duct tape is where he left it, where he hit that fucking horsefly today. Crazy ass.
The life of Alice and Adam.
Never a dull moment in our house with our crazy kids. But
how old is he? How old's your kid?
So my son will be 7 in May, and my daughter is going to be 13 this year. So she's a preteen.
Yeah.
And she's a much better kid than I was. Has not done the things that I've done.
That's good.
It's a lot to like.
Yeah.
Now
if I had a girl, I'd be terrified because I was an asshole when I was that age.
Me too. So. I was such a dick to my mom. Like when people are like, if you could go back to your young self, what would you say? And I would be like, be nicer to your mom.
Yeah, man. For real.
But yeah, I like live up her ass pretty much. And my mom worked. She didn't have time to do that. I'm just like, man, like even being home with you, you're hard to keep up with. Like she just, it's just in her. She wants to rebel.
Oh boy. It's terrifying. Teenage girls are terrifying.
They are.
They're so like I talk to a lot of them because like
developed too already. It's like damn. What? So young. I'm like, oh my God.
And she just like came down that way one day. Like one day she was just this cute, tiny little girl. And then one day she came downstairs and I'm almost eye to eye with her. And I'm like, we got to go bra shopping. Like, what is happening? Mm-hmm. But my dad told my husband, he was like, you marry a woman with a good looking body, expect your daughters to have the same. Because my mom had this like nice figure, and then he had to deal with 3 daughters, and he was just like, oh, should have married a fat, ugly chick.
What's that one song? If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make an ugly one.
Yeah, I know that song. What is that song?
It's like
a movie I just seen somewhere.
I can't. I just remember at the end of that Mermaids movie with Cher, they played that song. I'm gonna look it up because
I definitely heard that on a movie. I usually know too, and the band. Like I don't know that one though. It escapes me. I have no clue.
Is everyone having a good day of psyops on Twitter?
Oh yeah, beautiful. I was just looking more into that kid, Jack, whoever they're blaming, because that's I'm like, if he was a hacker, you would be pretty smart to get into things like that. I don't think you're gonna get caught that quickly. Like, I'm not buying it. Like, come on.
It's just so hard to buy any of it.
What did I miss? I'm not on
Alice,
Twitter.
Alice isn't on Twitter for the time being. Did you see, were you on there the other day when a couple of documents got leaked about the Ukraine war? I wasn't sure if you were there or saw that yet. So some stuff got leaked, seemed very obvious, and it was very like out. And then yesterday, the Biden administration's like, we found out there was Pentagon documents circling the internet for when we didn't even know. And then today they caught the kid who leaked it, but it was like he's sitting outside on his deck, and they sent in like this whole like SWAT squad with all the big cars, and it's just like, really, like, this is the most cheesy production ever.
It was really weird. I seen it on Newsmax, and they described him as like a part of this Discord that posts racist memes, and I'm like, why would you put that? Like, why? What was the point of putting that in that? Why? It's very bizarre. It's like they're setting it up. Like, look, they're racist too. Like, oh, okay. So we'll just let them do whatever with them, and no one will question it, because they're racist and they post racist memes. Like, come on.
Right. That's their motive. That's the motive.
Fucking weird.
And so people believe that he was racist, and that's what led him to leak these documents about a fake war.
It wasn't Newsmax though. Like CNN, I would totally, but Newsmax, it was just weird. It's on their Instagram. That's how they like described it. I don't know if they were quoting something else, but I'm like, why would you put that in there? It's very weird.
It feels like we're supposed to be paying attention to this and not something else.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what one of these feels like.
It's what about Biden losing his papers? Like, no one cares about that. I'd be more concerned that the dude is like, all of his papers are out on the street, like with his security detail. Like, how does that happen? Like, what the fuck is happening? Very strange.
Yeah, this news cycle is gonna go real quick, and we're gonna all forget about this. But it's to cover something else up, which we're gonna find out about in 10 days or so.
Yeah. So what was in the documents? Was there anything?
It was war stuff with the Ukraine and Russia war.
Strategy. It was strategy stuff. And with some numbers and some different types of equipment. I don't think it's anything we can't overcome. Militarily, like, I don't think I would hope not. I would hope.
If you're gonna risk hacking into that kind of shit, why would that be like what you, especially if it's nothing? It seems pretty risky for that. I don't think it's worth it. But it's because it's fake. So
I know.
What was the telegram called? Someone in the chat's going to correct me. Was it the Zimmerman Telegraph or whatever, where it was the fake military moves from, I think the Germans or the Americans to the Germans, and then it screwed everybody up, or tried to screw everybody up. Anyway, that's what this felt like a fake telegram, like telling so that they could do something, something else is going on. I don't know if it's the military. I don't know what it is, but
there's always something else going on.
Like Leanne said, why would you do just this? And then this kid, and you find him
to jail for.
They don't even give it 10 days to go find him. Like, they don't even let him run.
Nope.
They just go find a kid.
He's just sitting there. Boop, boop, boop,
yep.
boop.
They didn't find the person that leaked the Roe versus Wade thing, though. Still, they don't know who did that, but they caught him with lightning speed. Okay.
Yeah, that's like, how could they not figure that out in this one? It is so dumb. It's all so weird and crazy. And like, I just came from that documentary about Julian Assange last night, and I'm like, this shit's all, everything is so fucked up. It is, and they're just trying to make like examples out of people. Like, that poor guy's like, they are making an example out of him, and that is just to like. But then like, then this stuff happens, but it doesn't feel organic anyways. It feels like, it's just no.
All you do is lie. If people don't get it now, they won't. there's just no way you could see all this and still be like, oh, I believe them. Like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Like, you're too far gone. I'm sorry. There's way too much evidence and bullshit for you to like not trust the government anymore. Like, if you don't see it now, but you should have seen it like 10 years ago. But now, I don't know. I feel like they really are like drones. Like NPCs are just there in the background. It's very strange.
Like it. Oh yeah, Daniel said, "Oh, thanks, Sibling Rivalry, for the super chat." There's at one of the Free Assange rallies, I think in the East Coast somewhere, a dude like tried to light himself on fire, but it was just like the worst attempt ever. Like it was with sterno and it never even lit. Like, and he stripped naked first. He stripped naked first, and then at a Free Assange rally. Like, bro, what are you fucking doing? Oh, it's just like
self-emulation is terrible.
Yeah.
And to me, it's one of the worst things that can be done, like you can do to a human, to like light someone on fire, and then to do it to yourself, that like is so bad. It's miserable. Why? At an Assange rally, what is that gonna do? That's not gonna do anything.
Is he protest? He wants to keep Assange in jail, or like I'm just like, what was your fucking plan? Like,
I don't get it either. I don't get people that think he should be in jail either. I'm like, no, you're too far gone. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that today. Even two people were like calling the kid today a traitor and stuff, and I'm like, I mean, if it's real, which I don't think it's necessarily real, but if it were an organic instance, I would be down with like exposing the government for shit, like Assange has. Like he exposed actual war crimes, and I think that we as taxpayers should probably know this shit happened, you know. So thanks, St. Michael. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Like, the government hates us. I don't know why these people think anything else. Like, why do you think they like care about you at all? Like, he leaked it so people, you know, regular people of the country could know what's going on because they're fucking us all the time. So if you get mad, that's very like, you're an idiot. Like, I don't know.
We know they got secrets. Yes, A-Dub. So at the documentary last night, I got to meet Assange's dad, and so it's this really good documentary. It's a lot about him because he like came back to his life right before all this went down, and like he's a really cool dude. He's so like the way he talks about things is so beautiful, and like the way he talks about his son and the whole thing. Like, it's, if you can see, it's called Ithaca. It's kind of, I think they're just touring it right now, and I'm sure it'll be available on something eventually. But
I'll watch
it. Just kind of gave the whole timeline too, which I didn't know everything that had like happened. So it was interesting.
There's a super bipartisan movement in Australia, which is, you know, his home country, and it's started by an MP, which is a pretty big deal, and it's to basically ask the United States to stop the extradition of Assange, and like if that should get any type of traction, that could be really awesome. You know, if his home country. Anyway, I thought that promising, and they just released that a few weeks ago. So
and Tlaib, whatever that Rashida Tlaib or whatever.
Yeah, she got behind it. Yeah. She's good for that. She's good. She's good for that thing.
Why didn't Trump pardon him?
Why didn't Trump pardon him?
Yeah, I
don't
know.
Me.
Like, why did I'm confused?
We asked because he said
they
that
go
he
over
would.
it in the documentary too. His wife or his fiance was like sending
said
people.
He would.
And they got threatened. Supposedly they got threatened too. Like someone's like, "Oh, we're gonna go after your family or something."
What do you do?
That was a big bummer. That was a big bummer when Trump didn't pardon him.
That's why I kind of want to run.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because I don't care if I die, so you can't threaten me because I won't care. Like, I won't care, and I don't care about money either. So I really don't care. Like, there's nothing.
Can't believe
you
to
could
turn
do.
up, bitches.
Like, I don't care. Like, you can threaten me. Go ahead, bitch. I don't care. Like, if I was him, I would have pardoned him. I don't care. Like, there's no way I would not have. And you fucking pardon Kodak Black or whoever.
Yes.
Like, are you fucking serious? Like, they already threatened your family, man. They probably tried to assassinate him how many times, and his family. Like, they didn't. Like, please So what would it would be the same if you pardon him? Like nothing. You'd still get attacked exact same way. So it's stupid. That's why I don't trust him fully. Like I definitely will vote for him if it's between him and Biden and shit. Like obviously, like I do like him, but I don't like the vaccine shit and I don't like that. Like why did you do that? Like I don't understand at all. I mean,
I was gonna ask you while we have you. I was gonna ask you your take. Do you think that Donald Trump is just as for his arrest as the Democratic Party?
I don't know. I don't really ever see him talk about it, so I don't know.
So I was just curious because like you're probably more in tune with it than the three of us. And so that's my personal take is that he needs I think I said this, that like the sound of the clink of his handcuffs is him becoming the 47th president of the United States.
Yeah.
And like he wants this indictment as bad as the Democrats want it because it will solidify his candidacy.
Yeah, I think so too. I didn't hear like the whole question because I'm an idiot, but no, I think he doesn't care like if it happens. So yeah, I thought you were talking about Julian Assange still because I can't.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't turn it up that loud because I'm scared it's gonna like get in the mic and then it'll be like people can hear it. So I have to.
No, Leanne, that's my bad. I apologize. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I also think I don't think he cares at this point because he knows that there's really nothing they can get him on. So the whole showing of it has turned people that I know that are like really hardcore Democrat like for him now. So which is wild. Like how many? Four people I know in real life. So and especially the one girl after she said it, I was like, damn, they really fucked up going after him because I never would have thought she would vote for Trump ever. So they're fucking stupid if they keep doing this shit. It just gets them more support. It's so weird.
Exactly.
It's weird that the companies keep doing weird shit and they're losing money, but they keep doing it. It's like because they want control, which is more scary to me because it's not about money. So I'm like, oh my God, they just want to fucking kill us all. Like they don't even care anymore. I'm like, fuck this. That's scarier to me. Like they're not doing it for money. They're doing it for something else. So
yeah, they want power.
Troubling. So
yeah.
I think a lot. I think the problem with Trump with normies is they don't want the chaos of Trump anymore. You know, because even normies couldn't avoid the chaos that went on with Trump. And yeah, I mean, like one of my normie friends, she doesn't follow politics, but I'll show her like some of the stuff people were saying about DeSantis when he was like banning trans kid surgery and stuff. And she's like, I don't understand the problem with this, you know? But like when I talked to her, she said she's just like, can we just get somebody younger in here? Why are there all these old people? And then I'm just like, God, please don't let Gavin Newsom run. Because I worry that somebody like her without somebody like me in her life would be like, well, God, at least he's younger and vote for Gavin Newsom.
Oh,
and then we'll just all be even more fucked.
Hi.
Like, what's up, mommy? What's up?
I can't believe people aren't in politics though. How does she avoid it? Like how? It's impossible.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think it was even hard for normies to avoid it. Yeah. But I think one thing that people really fail to realize is when normies see the transitioning of kids, a lot of them are just, what the fuck? I mean, that's some seriously fucking weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll send my friend clips of that Jazz Jennings show. I know Justin's seen it. But I'll show her clips and we're just, is this real life where we're cutting off kids' body parts? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that show's weird as hell.
Yeah. My 12-year-old, she wants to work out more and stuff because, you know, she's just getting to that age. So she wants to get into working out. And I just want to be like, oh, we just get you liposuction now. I mean,
yeah. Like, yeah, we'll just get you a Brazilian butt lift too.
Yeah.
It'll look way better.
Yeah, I mean, if we could just lop off kids' private parts, it's
I don't
wild.
watch that show, but I just seen her mom talking about her wanting to, like, what do they call it when they have to dilate?
The dilator. That was the thing I fucking
I
said
just
to her.
could not believe they called it a wound. Like, that is
Because it is a wound.
it's so
Yes, it is an open wound. That's all that
weird.
is.
Yeah,
because
That's
it's
all
like
that's why they
like a
have to
kid.
stick the dilator in it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it'll close because that's what a wound wants to do.
None of my
It's
trans
sick.
friends,
It's sick.
like, they look like really hot women. They are fucking hot. None of them have bottom surgery because it's not worth it. Like, they would not do that. So the fact that they're getting talked into it, and they also had to go to therapists before they would do anything for a while. Like, they had to make sure, and now they're just like affirming. Like, that's not a thing. Like, that is so wrong. Like,
It's
so
a
wrong.
lobotomy. It's a lobotomy.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
this is. It's
crazy.
a modern day lobotomy, and they're giving it to children instead of
It's so weird to me.
instead of hysterical women. It's children, and by
They
the time
lobotomized kids too back then. I have a book a
Oh,
guy
yeah.
wrote, and he was like,
Oh,
his parents
yeah.
were like, he's bad, do it, fucking scramble his brains from his eyeballs,
Yeah.
no big
If
deal.
they
you
were
have
handicapped,
you have
probably for
autism,
sure.
yeah.
It's the same shit though. A hole in their
No.
fucking crotch now, like. Ugh.
So yeah, no. By the 2024 primaries for the Democratic Party, you're gonna start seeing age of consent being lowered or just eradicated. People stumping for that, and people will vote for that for children to be able to consent to their mutilation. And if a parent tries to get in the way of that, they will be considered abusive and unfit. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
I think
2024. That's happening.
Republicans and libertarians both just need to draw a hard line that 18 is the age of consent. Just a hard line that because I think most normal people agree with that. It's a pretty good age, I think. I mean, what is it?
It's
25?
the one we as a society has decided that that's the age.
Yeah,
and
it's am I wrong? 25 is the age where your brain is fully developed. But
to my knowledge, I guess, not that I'm a biologist or anything.
But at the same time, kids are 18-year-olds are more than capable of living on their own and learning to, take care of themselves.
That's up to parents, isn't it? That's how they're raised, right? Ultimately.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're ready or not.
So I see the same people bitching about like kids should be able to do that, like getting all bent out of shape because Millie Bobby Brown is getting married and she's only 19. And I'm like, but you think they can like cut their things off, but no, you can't get married. Like it's so weird. And then do you know who James Charles is, that beauty influencer guy?
Yeah.
He was sexting minors or talking to them or something, and people were like getting so. I'm like, dude, this is what you're grooming everyone for. This is what you want. You're acting fucking outraged. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like,
it's okay when a teacher does it.
Why are you mad at him? Like, this is what you want. Like, are you serious? People did not like that I said that, but it's true. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's the same. Like, you're sexualizing kids, period. Like,
yeah, you get in trouble for calling out pedos. I've learned that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Which is just wild.
Never say there's pedos everywhere on all sides, or you're just like you are as bad as one apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there definitely is.
And it's so weird how people get so up in arms about that. I'm just like, if you keep acting, especially if you have kids on your own, if you act like only a certain group are pedos, then are your kids going to want to come to you if anything happens to them or if they feel uncomfortable around somebody? No, they're not, because you're making them think that only this type of person does that. That's just retarded.
Oops. It's all people.
I'm gonna get you banned, Jess. I said retarded.
They can't
said retarded on you.
Have I proven they can't fucking take me down? Like I am invincible to these motherfuckers.
Oh wait, you're not allowed to say that word?
It might get flagged. I've never gotten flagged for it before, and I know I've said that. I always get the medical.
Yeah,
flag.
we have. Yeah, we've both said that.
I hope.
I do hear people say that on YouTube still.
Yeah, I mean it's
and on Twitch. So yeah,
people do get really offended by it, though. I never said it in front of my cousin because she had a kid that was like, you know. So I always watch my mouth around her.
But that's what they used to say. I seen a golf shirt from like the 80s that said "Swing for the Retarded." That was what the thing was called. It was like from the 80s. Like, it was on Instagram. Someone posted it and they were like, yeah, this would not work now. Like, obviously, but I would wear that shirt. It
is funny too. Like I started hanging out with a friend from high school, and I like openly say retarded around him and stuff. He's like, you know, I like you. You have no filter, and I'm like, that's like nothing. What are you doing?
I know, right?
Oh, you poor guy. You poor guy.
That's so crazy. Like that's not even. Everyone said that all the time.
I know. It was like normal.
All the time.
But people are so like more normal people who are like not quite all the way like totally normies, but they still feel so browbeaten and like they can't say anything, you know. And it's like, no, honey, you can say that. It's okay.
People's head would have exploded if they were around me because I like grew up in the hood, and my black friends used to call me the N-word with the hard R all the time, screaming it like down the street, like all the time. People just, I don't know. Everyone made fun of everyone, and no one even cared about that word. It didn't mean anything. It was just a stupid, funny word. But yeah, now it's like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, well, black people were calling me that, so I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, that means you have a black card.
Yeah. I see, but if someone else said that, like this one white girl actually said it in a really mean way, that's different. Like that.
That's different. That's a curse word. That's rude.
Yeah, it's your intent. Everybody knows, like, that's why you can't have this like carpet. Alice, you guys are so loud.
Jess just said you're so loud.
I thought there was like a guy talking, and he just didn't have.
It is her husband.
He is. And you know what's funny? That's him whispering.
I thought I was being quiet.
Or you have like a really good mic.
He has one of those like deep.
Piss off!
Husband voice.
I love you, honey.
It's like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
No, he'll be back. He has a thing. He likes to make cameos. It's his thing.
That's because
that's why you can't have a blanket like ban on any kind of speech, because there's nuance to it. It means different things at different times, you know. And these idiots are so like dumb. They don't get it, like because they don't have friends. Power. They don't know how to like jive with people and stuff. So like they're just like retarded, as you said.
It is retarded.
I'm gonna have to pee so much sooner than usual because I've drank like 3 beers.
You do you, baby.
I told you I was after this week. I was just last week was kind of crazy too. And I feel so bad saying, I'm like, God, I've been waiting since Friday to drink.
I'm like, I'm not drinking today. This is my one day. It's so bad.
Saturday, I'm just when people come over, I'm just gonna sip on some lemonade and tequila. No more tranny fluid. No more tranny fluid. Not buying that shit.
Oh God.
At least you're drinking it like a smart person, not wasting it and dumping it out.
No, I would, and then the beer around here is so weird because I'll be real particular about what I want. Sometimes I'll be like, I want 3 tall boys, and they sell them in packs, or I want a 6-pack of this, or I want this, and yeah, my husband went to get beer, and he's like, there was no Coors Light like that, and I'm like, whatever, I don't fucking care, just give me beer. But yeah, I need to go back to the lemonade and tequila. Beer makes your face bloated more.
People in the chat can't spell or shit. Everyone fucked it all up.
We did it
Congratulations.
good. We did it so good that one day in that one.
Oh, otra vez. One more time, otra vez. It's not happening. We got too many stoners in here tonight. The
You guys
chats.
totally fucked that up. When we did that one day in that one chat, I was like, after Paul put E, I'm just like, well, I'm not putting the R. Hopefully Hex does it because nobody else is doing it. And then here comes Hex and he does the R, and I'm like,
I think Amit was in on it. Sweet little Amit.
we're corrupting that. He's so sweet. When I had him on our show, I'm like, the first question I asked him, I'm like, Amit, you seem like such a nice, caring, respectable young man. Why the fuck do you hang out with us?
That was so funny. That was so good. Seriously.
But he's such a sweetheart, and he's just, yeah. I love his laugh. His laugh, that like giggle that he gets, that's adorable. They're trying it again. You guys fucked it up again. I'm drunk and I could do this. Well, I'm not drunk yet, but I'm working on it.
You're fired from towering. Everyone in here is fired from the tower. You are fired. Get out. Stop doing it.
Oh my god, yeah.
This is not a request. This is for real. Stop. CD has put the kibosh on the fucking tower. Stop. Anyway, Leanne.
Mhm.
What brought so I'm interested. How did you get to Trump politics?
I was sick of everything being fake and people lying and shit. Like, never did I think I would be talking about politics in my fucking life. Like, ever. But it's just very hard not to when it's just bullshit. Like, no, especially I know people in the military and that are in government like for a long time, and I just know certain things that are just bullshit, and I could not do it. I was like, this is fucking weird. I don't even remember what I first started talking about. I was just really irritated because there are so many people lying or just like believing what they're saying, and I'm like, that's not true. It was probably the thing when he said the very fine people thing, when it was blatantly out there that he did not, but people I knew kept saying, and I'm like, I had to like get it and show it to them. Some of them still didn't believe it, which is mind-blowing to me that it's right there, but they still refuse because they just hate him that much. I don't really know why. They don't ever tell me exactly why they hate him. Usually it's the pussy comment, which is fucking stupid. Like, you listen to WAP, dude. Like, who cares if he says that?
Even if you don't listen to WAP, if that is the worst thing that a president ever admits to doing, which we all know, presidents, women are nothing but holes to some presidents, and so even their wives. So let's not pretend like grabbing women by the pussy who are there to be grabbed
anyway. Like, who? Like, why does it matter?
Like,
he was a
as if Stormy Daniels,
person.
As if Stormy Daniels wasn't there to get grabbed.
Yeah,
bitch.
I don't know why I didn't pick a better porn star.
Like, I wish we would. Leanne, I agree. I would not even. I think that's what I get mad about. That's what I get upset about. It's not that he did it. It's with this horse face bitch. Like, you are a gazillion bazillionaire. You have a bazillion gajillion dollars.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so I'm like, why? I don't even know why she was like a big porn star anyway. Like, I don't really know.
The very first time I went to a strip club with Mr. Forrest, this is like 2009. She was the feature. And like, that was my first time at a strip club. I remember she was like, wow, her boobs are really big. Like, they were really big.
Yes, they're like really big.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's way better ones out there. I just don't
there are.
know what was up with her and why she was famous in the first place. I don't know. She has big tits.
That's
like, okay, so do a lot of ones. Like, I don't know. That's
do like this, and like there's like so many big you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's like doesn't matter. Like, look at her fucking face, dude. Like, there's other ones. Like, what do you mean?
with a pretty face and big
Yeah,
tits. You could have both.
she has
For a
always looked like
bazillion.
a 40-year-old mom. Like that's what
Yes.
she's always
Mom
looked like. Like
porn.
she drives a minivan and like goes to soccer. The whole time she's been a porn star though. So I don't really know why she was ever famous in the first place. So
I agree, Leanne. And that is what has infuriated me about this entire thing is that why are we arguing over an ugly girl? I know
Yeah.
girls. I personally
I
know
don't
women,
know.
just like you all, personally know women who are more beautiful and well put together than this bitch. And she was with a guy worth a bazillion gajillion dollars. I do not understand.
Me either.
So yeah,
I don't know. Was
she's-
he with Melania when that supposedly happened? Because if he cheated on her with that, like, why do guys always go down? Like, I don't. Why? Stop.
like, stop, dude. Melania Trump is like
Yeah, like,
a
what are you
woman
doing?
up
That
to
happens with
11.
every dude in real life. Like, I don't understand
know.
why. Do you have like a hot chick at home, but you'll like sleep with these disgusting, not pretty, like I just don't understand like why, like you're that desperate and need a boost in your confidence, like God, go tanning or something. I don't know. Like I don't understand it at all,
bro.
like,
I get it, and
it's not worth it. Who cares? Like just go whack off or something,
or yeah, that would be way more, that was way cheaper, you know what I mean?
Go to a strip club, I don't know, get a hand job.
She goes to the strip clubs.
Yeah, like don't
go you
bang
go to
some
her
random girl.
Don't have her go to you. Yeah, no, that is also what pisses me off about this is that if they're going to get Donald Trump for something, they should get him for war crimes.
Yeah, it's all stupid.
But if they get him for war crimes, we have to go back to like forever. Hi, Alice, you're back.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no, it would be great
for war crimes.
You are correct, ma'am. Yes, you are.
Fucking assholes.
Yes, but yeah. So that's been my like issue the whole time. Is like this
butt stuff.
Really? Who cares? Who fucking
Well, I heard
cares?
that dudes are gay if they want to do that with their girlfriends. They said that they like would want a dude's ass, but instead they just do the girls because they're too scared to go all the way.
I have cross-dresser friends who fuck straight dudes in parking lots and garages all the time because it's like that's a real thing. They're cool. They're Trump voters. Like they're cool. But and it's like it's their kink. They do it as a kink. They ain't trying to push it on kids and shit. And they're doing it in appropriate places. I mean, the parking lot. You know,
consensual. That's all I care about is that they are adults and consenting. Who gives a shit? I don't care what they're doing. That is not my business.
Yeah.
Not my business.
Hey,
so good for them. No, good for them. I'm glad they have partners to facilitate their kinks. That's wonderful.
That's the thing is people have to find it in a consensual way. The fucking degenerates and then it doesn't come to a head so much, but now it's like now it's out and I've talked about it like how swingers used to be conservative and shit, and then all the weird poly people came and like made it awful and are making you have to accept it, and it's like no, it was hot because it wasn't accepted and it was secret. Like that's the whole fucking point, and like they've just ruined everything.
They have ruined everything. No, that's what I said. I said that the other day. That like the poly people that are just like theoretically that are just like feeling it. They don't just like do it and just do it, and like they don't explain themselves because they don't have to. They just do it, and like people who are just like, well, we do this because I feel this, and I mean, like they just like break, like it's just like
like I don't care.
No. I don't care.
No, I don't care about your feelings or anything. Just shut up.
That's great. I think that's great. You have a boyfriend and he has a girlfriend and she has fine. That's fine.
Can we just talks about dudes these days? Like we've convinced too many of them to talk about feelings a lot, and I don't like that. I don't.
I don't like it.
Like I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to have serious talks. I don't want to do it. And like, they're just real bold now with it. And I'm like, can you not tell me all this stuff? Like, you don't have to hold shit in, but it's getting to the point now where there's things I just don't need to know. It's okay. I would rather you not whine about everything. Like,
yeah, no, it's when they get whiny. It's when they get whiny, and like, thank God, my partner is not. Duke is not a whiner whatsoever.
yeah,
But
there's
I
like
have
a
been,
difference.
I have been with someone that's just been like an of like, I am feeling this way right now, and it's like, whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
don't care.
Yeah, I hate talking about feelings and stuff. I hate it. It's not
So
for
do
me.
I.
Mhm.
I'm
Like,
not
I'm
really, romantic.
I'm very if I talk to my husband about something, I'm almost not that I don't have feel like I'm not emotional at all, but I'll be like, I'm feeling this, this, and this. I am going through this, this, and this. And then once I'm done talking, I'm done talking. And one of the reasons I stopped talking to one of my girlfriends is just after my mom died, if I would talk a little bit about my mom and then I would just be like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, I want to move on. I'm not going to live in this space right now. It would be like, no. And I'm,
It's a lot of times. It's a lot of times like working through like, look, I feel this way because of me, and I know that. And so like I'm like working through this myself. Like, this has nothing to do with you. Like like something you did triggered me, and it's nothing you did. You didn't really do anything wrong. A lot of times, like, you didn't do anything wrong, and I recognize that I'm feeling certain ways. So instead of projecting how I'm feeling onto you, I'm just like gonna be quiet for a second. Like, a lot of times Duke will be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just like, I'm upset.
That's
but
how
like
I
need to work. I need to work through
need
it.
to be alone. I'm like, I'm just gonna go away because I don't know.
I'm not gonna work.
It takes me a second, and then I'm fine.
Otherwise,
like,
you just fly off the handle. You just end up flying off the handle if you don't like take that minute to like be so like introspective and be like, okay, why am I mad? Like, why am I mad? Like, was I just violently threatened, or like was like a finger put in my face, or like, that's different. But if like I'm just like,
because even if something annoys you or upsets you, it's like, why am I getting this upset? Like, yeah.
And this has very little. And so instead of being like, well, you did this and da 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 da, well, he probably did something that just made you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And like, that's on. And if you're jealous, if this boils down to insecurity, which a lot of it will, if you're being honest with yourself, like, okay, where does this come from? Then you can just work through it and be like, look, a lot of that. Oh, Alice, we all know Alice.
I can't say that. That's one of the things in my marriage. I've never, since pretty much the day Adam and I have been together, I've never worried about him being with another girl. If anything, one time I got upset because a girl kept like hanging on him, but he was kind of like, bitch, I'm about to get married in 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck are you, like, in the most polite way possible.
Some girls don't get it. It's like guys don't get it. Some girls just don't get it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't get like that. But sometimes, just I'll get mad over something stupid, and I'm just like, why am I being like this? Even this week when I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking deactivate my Twitter. Like, I just don't want to talk to him. I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want. And when I texted Adam and I told him, he asked me why, and I just was like, this, and this, and it wasn't even all to do with Twitter. It was just like, I've been feeling this way, I've been feeling that way, and I just need space to work that all out. And when it comes to Twitter, I'm not gonna lie, I told him, I was like, I can't help but fucking check that shit, even when I know it's not doing me any mental good. So I'm like, I'm just gonna deactivate. But you know what? They changed it, and now you only have 30 days to reactivate. And I'm like, I better not forget, because I'll be pissed if I lose my Twitter forever. I'll be like, oh, I gotta rebuild. No. It took me so long to get to this fucking 3,000 followers, whatever I have.
You have 3,000 followers? That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't
want to say hi. Billy Bear wants to say hi. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You're a sweet boy. He always has to pop in.
Where'd she go? She just got up and left like, fuck it.
She probably had a pee. There she
No,
is.
there she is.
I
She's just
heard,
walking
I heard
around.
everything the last 5 minutes. No, just kidding.
That one's like too many espressos. Is that what you're drinking?
Another
Espresso?
coffee. I got it. No, just regular coffee.
Oh, okay. I'd be like, doesn't that make you poop?
In the beginning of the day, but I already pooped everything out for the day, so it's got to collect again.
Leanne, what state are you in?
PA.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We still don't know where our governor is.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
Dude, someone told me like when this first happened, like a week after, and they are in Harrisburg. I don't think they would just say at this, but they said that he was unconscious back then. So I don't know if he regained it. I just don't see this person saying that for no reason. They're not like that. They work in government, and they said that like a week after that all happened that he was like unconscious. Like that's what they heard around there. But I don't know if he's like awake or a clone or whatever. I don't know because where is he? Like I don't see anything about him. I haven't looked, but you would think it would be somewhere, but it's not. I have no clue.
It's also weird. It's just also like fake feeling again. Like it's all production. They're just production. That's all it is.
Well, there was like that picture going around on Twitter, and I think someone did it as a joke, right? It wasn't actually
I thought
Fetterman
it was a joke
or something, because I mean that looked totally different. But I seen people like, no, that is him. That was not the same person. Like, are you kidding? Like that was a joke, right? Like they were trying to trick people because that was not him. Like his head didn't get longer because he had issues in the hospital. Like I just don't know what. That's not him. Like it's totally different. They had different teeth and shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He probably I don't know. I don't know if he died, but maybe he's still in a coma. I don't really know. It's very odd though.
It's so weird. In 2023,
especially because his wife left with the kids, like just left. Like if he's like there dying or sick, you just left him and went on vacation. Who does that? I mean, I think she's a mail order bride anyway, but I don't know. Like you just
that means she took the kids and ran. Yeah, then if she's a mail order bride, she was like, no, fuck this.
I would never leave my husband there in a hospital like that, especially if you're a governor, just in general, but especially that makes him look really. It makes me sad that she just left and doesn't even care that he's in the hospital and like he's there. You just left him there and took the kids. That's fucking weird. You should be sitting there with him. Like, I don't know. It's very strange.
Unless he was a piece of shit, or unless he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, maybe
came over here from Thailand. It was like
before the stroke or after.
Did you guys? Mr. Forrest Mommy just told me about this comment about someone itching the back of his head or Biden itching the back of his head or something.
I seen that. I seen that today.
What? No.
Maybe I can find it. Maybe Paul can pop on and produce for us and pull stuff up if he wants. Just
producer Paul.
I don't think that's Biden. That's not the original Biden from like.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff.
No.
Kamikaze son, I can do this much work here. I can pull it up. I am smart enough to pull it up.
Like even if you got a facelift and stuff, no way.
Man, you're smart enough to do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. That's amazing.
I can pull it up. I can do some of this stuff. I was
I don't know how to do it on StreamYard.
I can barely read.
Because I use it on OBS and it's way easier to figure out than this. I don't know how the hell you do it on here. But does your screen look different because you're like the main person streaming it out? So you might have like different things than what I see on here.
Yeah, I think you guys would have it too where at the bottom it says present. And that's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. I never used that. That's probably what like Brittany uses and Anna. I didn't know that. I thought it meant present, like I'm here.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Pause this. I'm pausing that.
I don't want to touch anything like while we're streaming because
I know I've fucked shit up before like that too, where I'm like, God damn it. Oh,
yeah, I would definitely because my computer is ass, so it's very temperamental.
Okay.
Oh, right. Check this out.
What the?
Here we go.
That is not Biden.
Oh. Well,
Oh my gosh, that's a mess.
Oh,
Holy cow.
dude, that was really wrinkly for just moving skin.
yeah, like there's something. There's definitely fake something back there. It's
Oh my gosh, that's a mess.
uh,
I don't like it. That
Ooh,
texture.
look at the silicone.
It's
Like,
bothering me.
ew.
was that even
Ew.
real too?
It's like chicken skin. That's so gross. Oh god,
could be
that's
like
not Biden.
yeah, there's like who even knows? There could be something like they put something back there because the back of his skin, but it's all weird. Like, why does our president have weird skin on the back?
Right.
No,
Why
man.
does our president have weird skin like that? Like
That's way too wrinkly to be moving it with your fingers. Like that wouldn't be that wrinkled and moving like that. Like I don't know.
That's too like there is skin. Like
Oh,
skin.
No, yeah, it's a
weird,
yeah, right.
That was like too
Right.
much. That was it
Right.
had to be some sort of prosthetic for some reason.
I've seen old people with loose skin. It did not look
Yeah.
like it was like tight, but also loose. Like it was smooth.
Right.
There's like no wrinkles in it. It was like smooth though, but like wrinkly. I don't know. That's fucking weird.
It's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, this is all information. We all, like you said, I never thought we'd be talking about politics. I never fucking thought I'd be where I'm at. But now I'm like, I have to know this stuff and watch it. And I take it in. I take so much of it in. And I'm like, it's just driving me nuts, man. Because we are in a fucking like show to them. And it just doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I talk about politics. I would say I guess I'm kind of surprised that I like do this stuff now, but I don't think my dad would be that surprised. I really don't. Like, but yeah, I always talked about politics and stuff to my dad, and so it's always just a normal part of life. But at the same time, I knew that most people didn't pay attention like I did, and there was a lot of stuff that even paying attention I didn't know. But yeah, the past few years it got really lonely.
I really regret not paying more attention because I used to dance like for private like celebrities and stuff and politicians in DC, and I danced for politicians and have been at parties, and I remember some things, but I didn't care then. So I really regret that. I wish I would have listened more and asked different questions while they were there and drunk and
too.
So I regret that. I wish I was interested back then.
Oh, Leanne, the books we could write. Oh,
seriously, people ask me to all the time, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't think people care.
Well, no, back then you were trying to make your fucking bread, bro. Fuck them motherfuckers. Like you're just trying to like make your money, bitch. Like I get it.
You didn't
like
naturally think, oh, I could extort these motherfuckers.
Right.
Person. Like that makes you a good person.
Well, there's like stuff I know about some people that they've told me that I would never say just because they don't deserve that. Like they didn't really do anything. If it was like really bad, I obviously would because I turned someone into the FBI that owned restaurant chains because they were talking about kids, and he had an 11-year-old daughter that was staying there in the summer, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I turned him in. But if it's something like small and just embarrassing, I won't tell their secret.
Your gut. You trusted your gut, like you felt like there was something worth it.
No, he was saying shit like openly. Like saying shit while his kid was there. I was like, I can't leave her here when you're saying shit like that and smoking crack and doing all this weird shit. Like, fuck that.
Right,
no.
right.
Nope. Because her mom lived states away. She was staying with him for the summer. And like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't do that.
What's up, babe? Yeah, no, it's hard when you know, like when you kind of know something and you're like, you just can't, you have to do something.
Apparently, you're doing other things with money and stuff on top of it. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like, fuck you. I don't know why you could say this all frivolously. Like, I'm not like, who the fuck are you? Like, are you serious? Like, no. Like, you're talking about kids. I don't know why I keep saying someone from Shanghai is calling me. Weird. I was like, that never showed up on my phone before. Like, ever. I was like, wait, what?
As soon as you said private dancing, they're like, oh, we go
I'm
to
like,
dinner.
Shanghai. I'm sure it's like a telemarketer or something.
Hello.
Or scam. But
Hello.
that's just weird. It never
Keep on
said that
dancing.
before. I was like, Shanghai. What the fuck?
We're too bad Secret Asian Man isn't here and he could do like some
Yeah.
Chinese accent for us.
In Shanghai. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know anyone in Shanghai.
Alice, were you
Me
gonna say
neither,
something
bitch.
before? Do you remember? I keep forgetting.
I don't understand how people can be drug addicts and have kids. I mean, just for one, that's a shitty thing to do to your kids. And then two, okay, like right now my husband has the kids and I can have my time away and do my thing, which isn't nearly like smoking crack or heroin.
Yeah.
But if I was like this all the time, I would be like, get the fuck away from me. Get away. Like I would like it mind boggles me. Like, and I know a lot of heroin addicts with kids.
Oh, so
And
many
they
in my
don't-
old neighborhood all the time. They always get pregnant all the time, man. Like, this girl would talk about it openly with people she didn't even know. Like, she had 2 kids that were born withdrawing from heroin. Like, and she would just tell people she didn't even know. I'm like, you just shouldn't just go around saying that. I don't know, why are you talking about it? Like, it's like, oh my God, stop having kids. Like, why are these people getting pregnant? Like,
That's their
no.
normal. They don't know.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know that's not normal. Like,
It's wild. Like, stop having sex without protection.
Damn,
yeah. You have a
Stoner.
right. You have a
Giving up
right
that come and
to
go
swallow.
cash.
That's what you have a right to do. You have a right to swallow, and you should more often.
Yeah, please.
Because you know, yeah, I just also like don't find it that hard to not get pregnant.
Yeah, I've done really well for 39 fucking years.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot.
I-
She's been doing a lot, and Force Mom's been doing it a few more years than me. Like you know, I've done a good like I'm just saying, I'm not the only one. You know, like this isn't like a CD thing. This is a
And
a
I
bunch
got
of
my
girls
I was getting my jollies too. Like it wasn't like there's
I believe
plenty
you.
to do other than fucking get pregnant and
Right.
still have a good time.
Yeah.
So
FM is gonna have a sex talk with my daughter in a few years.
Do you know what's funny is the other night I had a dream about pregnancy and then my period was one day late and then that one day I was and there's no way I'm fucking pregnant. There is no way. And I was like for a split second I'm like, am I fucking pregnant? But there's no way. And we're not pregnant.
there's
But
no
like,
way.
why?
Right.
Yeah, like
So-
I'm not disrespecting my mom, but I just because of when I grew up in the 90s, but I get it. She didn't think it was like that, you know? Like she was thinking how it was with sex back in her day. You know, and it wasn't that they didn't have sex, it was just different, I guess you could say. But yeah, I just wish there was other things she would have talked to me about. And there's stuff that I'm gonna like want to talk to my daughter about. And I'm like, I can't say this stuff to her. So I was like, FM, where's
And it
mommy?
won't be weird like the weirdo leftist teachers who want to teach masturbation. We're not talking that fucking weirdo shit.
No, I'm talking once she gets a little bit older. Like I did, one of my mom's friends, she would talk to me about some stuff when I was younger.
Whatever.
Like
Paul.
she was just that cool lady that would tell you like hip stuff. I remember because you know pantyhose were real big back then, and she's like, when you're dancing and you're getting really hot, you just take really cold water and run it up them pantyhose, girl. It feels so good. I'm just like, Aunt Ginger.
Damn. I didn't even know that.
Paul's yelling at me over there. Here, Paul, you're gonna say on the
Yeah,
screen
she was funny. When we got married, she actually said something about pantyhose at my wedding. She's like, a lot of these girls running around your wedding should be wearing pantyhose. They don't have the legs not to be. I was like,
They should have got that airbrush legs, that Sally Hansen. That shit don't come off either. You have to like scrub it with soap. It's crazy.
oh yeah, old ladies, man, like they say some shit. Like my mom, she would say some shit to me. I remember my grandma's funeral. I came out of the bathroom. She's like, "You're not even gonna put on makeup, Alice."
Oh
And I'm like,
God.
I was like, "I'm just gonna end up crying." She's like, "Yeah, you can put a little makeup on. You look terrible." She's like, "You look white as a ghost. Go put some makeup on."
Oh my God.
Yeah, my grandmother is constantly on me about making sure that what do you wear when you walk out the door. It's
Yeah.
Kyle's here. Hi, Kyle. Oh, hey.
Eric's here too.
And hey, Eric. Hey.
Did you all see that picture of Eric he posted before he lost
No.
the weight? I don't know if you saw that. He's
No, I
lost a
haven't
lot
seen
of
it.
weight. Hey,
I
Eric.
See, I'm getting FOMO with Twitter. Fear of missing out.
Okay, well,
I
I'll
remember
send.
when
Look,
that
no, it's okay, Alice. I'll send you stuff. I'll just send you stuff. It's okay. Don't get FOMO. Just I'll send you stuff.
Wait, do I know them? Do I know who that
So,
is? Or no?
okay, so
Um,
Rebel with a Cause is Eric, and Eric is like me from Louisiana, and Eric and I met in real life, and he is just like literally the sweetest, just the sweetest. Eric's the best.
I talk to a lot of people.
and he
on
shot
Twitter.
his
Oh,
dog.
Welsh Republic. That's what we're talking about. Is that
FM talks
what we're
about that. I wouldn't talk that. FM's better for talking about him. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
It's a great story.
And can you bring me another beer?
And then
Kyle's really hot. Kyle Matt, yeah, everyone should follow
he
him.
is. Everyone should go follow Kyle. He's
But he's
super
like
hot
appropriate.
and
He's married.
Yeah.
He just got married.
Yeah. Like we don't like we.
But he's
that's
hot
not-
and he knows he's hot. It's like
Yeah.
hot respects hot.
Cheers to Kyle. We love Kyle.
Oh,
Absolutely.
cheers. How is that? I don't drink champagne or
Even though-
anything
even
like
though
that. But
Kyle
how
won't-
is that, CD? The
Oh, this is
Vanderpump
just
version?
no. This is just.
Oh, now we're on to
this
something
is
else.
The wine. No, it's just the wine.
Wine. Wasn't
You drank
bubbly.
that whole
this is-
thing?
Bitch, yes. Said I drink another one. No problem. I'm mad I didn't get two of them. So
I can't drink champagne.
I drink a lot. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this is not champagne.
It's not champagne, Alex.
Okay, wine.
It's just wine. It's just rosé.
Champagne.
It is just,
You're
There
so
is what-
class. Alice just showing us the class right now.
I drink Bud Light and shit mixed with lemonade. I'm not as classy as
I was fucking drink out of the bottle lately. I had some like
I was
Tennessee
a-
Fireball whiskey. I was like the other night.
I went to what are you talking about? I went to cotillion class. I was a debutante. I went to 7-8 years of cotillion. Because my mother
that
my
worked
mother
out well.
my mother believed, yeah, right. My mother believed that I was like, you could be Princess Diana one day, and you would need to know how to do things. So,
hey, if Meghan Markle could, you definitely could have. Like it's not impossible. So
my
girls out there, it's obviously very
my
possible.
mother. Thank you, Leanne. My mother also felt that way. and so I went. So she would tell me things like, "Oh, Caroline, CD, you one day you may be first lady."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, Mom, if I'm first lady, then I pay people to set the table. I don't need to know how to set the table because I just pay people to do that. Because I'm the first fucking lady of the United States. I don't do that shit." And she was like, "Well, you would need to know." So that constituted 8 years of waltz, foxtrot, tango,
Oh my God.
and dancing, ballroom dancing, and then setting tables and meals and presenting meals, cooking, sewing, like knowing when to stand up.
Sucking cock or no? No.
I mean, it came real close to that, to where it was basically like you need to do that all the time.
In a
That was
polite
my
way.
That was my
Or he
section.
and the help are going to be doing it. So
Yeah. You need to be okay with doing that all the time, because if you want what you want in this world, that's what you need to do, and you need to be good at it. And then, but also how to set a table and shit, So yeah, I'm bona fide. That's exactly right, Randy. I am bona fide. I have papers and shit. All right?
She's a fucking lady and she's got the
Dude.
fucking papers to prove it.
Pinky's out, bitch. I can bring soup from the bowl to my face without spilling it. What the fuck can you do? Y'all
I would have to
slurping.
pee again, not even from drinking, but from laughing so hard.
Y'all out there slurping.
Oh,
and I'm out there.
Damn that boy king, he broke my bladder. Will never be the
But
same.
anyway, I digress. Yeah. But I went to ladies' school, bitch.
I would go. I would do it just to do it.
Dude, my brother, so like a debutante, like you like have to go, like you like are presented, right? So like my brother was my date, was my escort, right? And he was younger than me, but my little brother is way fucking taller than me. My brother's like 6'3", 6'4", something like that. He's very, very, very tall. I'm 5'2", for the record. And I'm very short. So anyway, so he's escorting me. We are drunk as fuck. Like I cannot explain to you, like we are drunk as shit, laughing our asses off as we walk down this, and like people are taking pictures. My mother's crying, and like people are just taking pictures. It's like, oh, and I'm just high and drunk, so high, so drunk, so fucked up. And I'm like, dude, we got to make it down these stairs, bro. And he's like, I don't think I can. And I'm like, bro. And like, as we're like taking steps, I'm like, bro, you got to make it. You got to fucking make it, bro. So we get down the end and I was like, it's over. And he's like, oh, dude, I thought I literally couldn't breathe.
Did everyone get drunk there? Like all the other?
No. Oh no. There's a bunch of fucking hootie hoos over in the corner looking. They're all looking at me like, CDs in the corner, just like, and I'm like, drinking this. I reek of weed in this white dress. Just reek of marijuana.
Oh my god!
I'm like, I'm here, and like my mother's paid all this money for my hair. I've got it in tight curls, and I've got all this paid for Clinique makeup on from the counter. So,
oh my god, the Clinique makeup! I forgot
yes,
about
ma'am.
that.
Oh yes, ma'am. And then like. And I like refused to wear like real shoes. I was like, I'm wearing Converse. And my mother's like, you're not wearing Converse. And I was like, bitch, I'm wearing Converse or I'm barefoot. It's up to you. I have, so yeah, so I'm in Converse underneath my big poofy white dress. And yeah, because I knew that I would be drunk and high. And that to make it down the stairs, I could not be in heels because I would fall the fuck down.
No, that would be treacherous.
So yeah, so that was my debutante ball. Me and my brother dancing. Cody's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I was like, it's okay, me neither. And he's like, you've taken 6 years of this shit. What do you mean? And I was like,
I was just winging it the whole time.
Cody, just move in a circle, man. Just move in a circle. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, but to answer your question, Liam, no, there's a whole bunch of girls,
Hootie hoos. There was hootie hoos.
over there in the corner staring at me. Just and I'm like, fuck you bitches. Fuck, I'm about to have a blast. Fuck y'all.
Oh
and
I thought maybe there'd be like one that was drunk and shit too.
No, FM, do you know you're muted?
Yeah.
I'm working the chat.
Look at her. She's all professional.
No, that's not. That's my debutante story. So yeah, so then I went on.
Funny? I went to try and show a chat because I'm getting more used to it because I've been getting more used to being able to do that since we started our show, and we've been doing other random streams. And I went to show how you said, how do you spell hootie hoo? And I'm like, this isn't, I can't do, like.
Hootie hoo.
But I think you did it right. I think you did it right. I think you got the. I think you got the hootie hoo right.
HOOTYHOO.
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, though. You know,
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
them
we all know a
girls.
hootie hoo or two. At
They
least.
clutching their pearls and stuff because I make them real
Oh.
uncomfortable.
My neighborhood is filled with hootie hoos. There's so many
no.
hootie hoos in my neighborhood. Oh, I can't. But there's so many good and cool people around here that are like me. And I don't know.
Retarded.
A little bit retarded and a little bit fun. Oh, so yesterday Paul and I were making let me correct. Paul was making the layouts and backgrounds for our Friday night show. And I don't remember how he put it. He was like, I feel like this is really you. Like it really embodies who you are. And I was like, what? Totally crazy, but still colorful.
Colorful.
He was like, yeah, kind of.
Wait, do all of you guys live like by each other?
No. I live in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I live in Ohio.
Oh,
but Hex and I, who does Golden Showers with FM on Sunday, me and him live by each other. And then me, Paul, Doug, Hex, and FM all met last September.
I did.
You don't live by East Palestine, do you?
So we're about an hour. We're about an hour from there. So we didn't feel any effects from that, but there was a different fire by us, and it didn't stink up my area of the town, but it did stink up a town by us. But I posted about today because I don't know if you seen that the people from the government got sick after they went there, over half of them. And they lied and said that it was fine and it was a coincidence. Meanwhile, they were telling people to stay there and they actually got sick, more than half of the people that the government sent out. So that's fucking fucked up. Yeah. And what's sad is, and I don't know how, there was a chick in our town who said, because our town, we gathered a bunch of water and they drove it out to there. It's not that far, so it's pretty easy for us to do. And she's like, well, they don't need water, they need money. And then as I look more into her story, she's like, yeah, my sister lives there, but she's staying with her mom. And I'm like, do you not understand their water is fucked? It's fucked. Yeah. So, and then I'm thinking, if you have a kid, I mean, when my kids were little, we didn't use tap water. We got all jugged water for them, and that's what we used when I switched to formula after breastfeeding. And you go through so much water, and this chick's like, oh, they got 7 cases of water per family. I'm like, that's really not a lot of water. That's when you need it to cook with, when you need it for formula, when you need it to wash your child off. And but they were telling people that it was okay, and they just needed so that's fuck. That's human rights shit. Once again, they're doing this shit and nothing happens. Whenever that's ridiculous. You told them to stay there and lied. Shocking. But and this is just, I mean, that town is just, I mean, it's it's really kind of like a lot of towns in Ohio. It's not like my town in Ohio, but my town's a little bit different. But it's just a very just normal small town people that just live very simple lives and just have these nice little communities, and they just totally they don't have money to stay in hotels and shit. People were expecting them to do that, and then when I tried to donate, there were so many scams that I couldn't tell which one was actually going to go to the people or not. And it's so fucked up because they can't just stay somewhere just stay in a hotel. People are actually saying, I'm like, you think they can afford that? And the government, I couldn't afford that. I mean, I could maybe afford it for a night or two. Yeah. On a whim. Yeah. I mean, maybe a few nights, but yeah, that's just infuriating that they knew that there was a problem and people were getting sick, their own people.
and they still told him to stay there. Like, how, like, why do they get away with this shit? Like, why? It's not, I don't know. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, they just don't pay attention. There was somebody that went around and they were giving, just walking up and giving cash money to people in East Palestine. And it was so touching because like so many people crap on Ohio. And when I saw it, I just couldn't help but think, yes, this is Ohio. That is who we really are. And so many of the people were like, oh, I'm gonna give this to somebody else because there's somebody else that needs it more than me. I mean, some of the people said, like, yeah, this is gonna help me move. I'm moving right now and I'm pretty much broke because I'm gonna move out of here and I had to make a deposit. But there was quite a few people who said, I'm going to give this to a family that needs it. Or, you know, there's people with young kids that need this more than I do. And I'm like, fuck yeah. That's Ohio. You know, we're just normal Midwestern people.
You ain't normal. You ain't normal. Don't be calling that shit.
I'm more normal than them Karen fucking bitches around here.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, calling the cops on kids and shit. Those children were having fun.
Oops.
So Leanne, so you said you came around to this, and like I'm really interested. You came around to this like because you were like, people are lying. Like, what was your moment?
God, I don't even know like what in particularly. It was just everything. I mean, it was when Trump was running.
Okay.
And then he won. Oh, maybe it was like when I reposted something that Tommy Lahren said about Obamacare, and she was right. I didn't know anything about her really. And I like posted it, and 2 or 3 of my friends instantly messaged me like, why are you sharing her? She's racist. Like, do you even know like who that is and why you're sharing her? And I'm like, no, like what she said is true about Obamacare. But then I started like looking into her and stuff. And I was like, what did she say that was racist? She literally said shit that Obama has said himself about the Black community and no fathers. And like, that's the only thing I found. I don't know what else she said, but that's what they consider racist. I'm like, do you mean statistics? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I grew up in the hood and it wasn't lost on them that their dads weren't there and their shit was fucked up. Like they knew, like we all knew that we were poor and they hated us. So we like took care of each other, but they knew that their dads were pieces of shit. They wanted them there, but they would just dip out on their moms all the time. Like they're aware that this is a problem. So I don't really understand, like it's more white people that get offended and Black people that are getting paid from white people to get offended more than actual Black people that just live normal. Like they know, they're aware. So I'm like, after all that, I'm like, I don't know where you guys are getting this, but you're stupid. Like, that's not what she said. I don't even like her, but still, that's not what she said. I'm like, she didn't say any of that. So I don't know where you're getting this. And then the Trump thing with the very fine people. I'm like, you can see the whole speech. You're choosing not to because you don't like him for whatever reason they told you not to like him when everyone loved him before. And I'm like, why do you think they hate him now? Like, it just came out of nowhere. I don't know. It's stupid.
I remember that with the whole Charlottesville stuff. Like, I was on I'm not on Facebook anymore, but I was on Facebook at that time. And, like, being away from it now, I'm like, I felt what they were trying to do with all that shit. Like, I even felt it. Even in, like, I was a little bit in the libertarian sphere over there, just a little bit. And even, like, those people, like, everyone was falling for it. And just this, like, weird Trump hate and everything. And then, like, then you get away. And then you see the actual video, right? And, like,
yeah, like, okay. Stupid. Yeah. No one ever can tell me why they don't like him. They can't really give me any. If they say anything, it's that clip or the pussy comment. There's nothing else. I'm like, I don't understand why.
It's fine to be a hater, especially like he's rich. I'm sure like everyone deep down has this like envy of him to some extent because what you know how people are, and it's like that's fine, but you like have like admit that and don't be played by the fucking messaging because it's stupid.
Yeah, but people still believe the news, so it's weird to me. I'm like, why do you believe these people?
How can you?
But I don't know. I guess that's probably a moment I can remember. Because I just was like, why are you saying I'm posting racist people and stuff? But now it gets thrown around so much, I don't ever believe it. So if someone actually is racist, then they might be, but I don't really know because y'all just say it all the time. So everything's racist. So now it means nothing. Like Nazi.
Right.
I'm like, okay, dude.
I've had people even
you don't even know what a Nazi is.
No, and they're like, they want to take guns. They want to take guns, and they're like, "But you're the Nazis." I'm like, "Do you know what the Nazis did?" Sorry, go on.
I'm like, okay.
How often do you get called a Nazi, Leanne?
Me? Not a lot. I got called one after I was on Simpcast with Gavin McGinnis. Then I caught it. I was like, oh yeah, he's totally Nazi. Totally, yeah.
No, I'm not in that spirit at all. So I'm very, very, very curious and fascinated, and it's not a judgment or a hate. Like I really am. And like, especially whenever you come to, so like before Trump, you weren't like real privy to politics. Like you weren't like involved. Right.
No, I didn't really pay attention. I didn't care. I just assumed we never had power as people. Like that was just a given. So
sure. Yeah.
But
and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean,
they're just real fucking blatant with it now, and I'm like, I can't. Like, okay, it's infuriating, especially when I see people I know who I thought were smart, level-headed people. You know, stop talking to family members over a vaccine and stuff. It's mind-blowing to me, more like mind-numbing now. But I'm like, when did half of the country decide that Big Pharma was trustworthy? Because I didn't get that fucking memo. Like, and I don't. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, they switched over so fast. I'm like, loving.
I hate dogs. I love dogs.
What are you talking about?
I love dogs. I have 2
They're
dogs.
fucking liars, and they don't deserve time on the show. So
some dude at his neighbor's house says Leanne hates dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're a fucking liar, so tell them that.
I like dogs more than most people.
Yeah, fuck you. Bye.
I agree.
I my dogs all day.
Yeah, I prefer. I prefer my dogs and cats to people for sure.
He's so wrecked. Okay, that's hilarious. I love how like you just see parts of people's lives through all this stuff. It's in random ass ways.
Random.
Too funny.
Oh yeah. Oh duh! It was under the dogs. Like I'm like, oh, you got a $5 super chat.
That was like so random. Did we even say anything about dogs?
No, I like it. Some drunk dude's just like, oh man, she hates dogs.
No, I definitely hate people more than dogs. That's a fact.
I believe that. And I don't believe whoever that motherfucker is. Fuck you. Anyway, we were trying to make a real serious point here, and you interrupted it. Thanks so much. Anyway,
but thank you for the chat. Thank you for the money, though.
Yeah, thank you for the money. Thanks.
Thanks for the random comment. That sounds like, did I say something about dogs? I don't think so.
Right, no, at all. No.
I guess my guess at it was pretty spot on. Too funny. We can keep going or we can stop. It's up to you guys.
It doesn't matter to me.
I'm here for the long haul. So whatever.
We'll go for like a half hour more.
I ate a sandwich and people are still here listening.
He's like, I ate a sandwich. I'm good to go.
Bitch, I ate a sandwich. I'm a woman. I ate a sandwich. Bye.
Was it a sad sandwich?
No, it's from Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Alice, yesterday I made a tweet about it, but I was like, my period was coming. I was just like overwhelmed with everything going on. I was like fucking tired and like, so I just emo a little bit. And I was like, do you want me to make you a sandwich? He was home for lunch. And he goes, no, I don't want a sad sandwich. But I made a tweet about it. Everyone liked it. And so then I told him.
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. And I told everyone, he's like, now he's all like, he thinks he's all Mr. Big Man. So he's like, you got to tell your internet friends this. You know, he's always like.
Mr. FM, you were so cute.
Yeah. He's so funny too. Cause like we had I've had a couple meetings here, and he's more private, obviously. And he's like, I don't want to have more meetings here or whatever for the campaign stuff. And I was like, all right, look, I had this one today with a couple people, but then like there was all this inside gossip going on, and he was home, and he was like, ooh, he was all in on it. Okay, so you don't act mad. You're like in on it. Now, so
does he do social media? He doesn't have social media and shit.
He's never been on social media ever in his life, and he's older, so like it's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
He's older, but yeah, he's like just.
I love Mr. Forest Mommy. I've never met Mr. Forest Mommy, but I just love him so much. He's such an old man, and I love
lets
it.
me be me, but then also keeps me in my fucking place too. You know what I mean? There's
I
this
appreciate
constant push and pull.
I appreciate him for what he's doing because I need that too. That's what Duke is to me.
Yeah.
He's like CD.
And he was not happy with it all at first. He was like, and then today he was like, no, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna win. So you're like, he's all being all supportive now. And I'm like, but you were giving me the crab ass at first, but it's all good.
No, he's so sweet. No, he supports you in everything you do. He loves you.
He gets it.
I know he does.
Knows. Yeah, and he knows, like, I mean, how everything's worked out because he's been there since I was throwing my Forest Mommy parties in 2020. And, like, so he's been along this whole ride to some extent, even though it's not online. But, like, obviously he meets everyone I meet and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, he's like, I guess this is what we got to do. So
I can't wait to meet Mr. FM.
Me either.
I'm gonna drink Dr. Peppers and we're gonna watch Stone Cold.
Yeah. Done.
Whatever.
Wait, has that journalist said anything else about you?
No, he hasn't said anything on Twitter since that day. I had texted with them, so I have like one or two texts. I'm not gonna like put him up at anything, but like he's been off of Twitter since the next day. And then I don't watch the news, so I don't know if he's been on the programming still. I don't even know what where he was even on or anything like that. So
that was just so random. Like, why? Like, how did he find you?
I called him out for doing the same shit to someone else. Like, I was a journalist calling a journalist out, and he was like, "Oh, fuck you, bitch," and then he did that, and I'm like, and then I was like, "Oh, fuck you, bitch!" Like, right back in your fucking face. So
that's so crazy.
That's so like psycho shit too, because I've been doxxed like that before, and there's I understand it comes a little easier to people online to just do it. But like, there is something wrong with your fucking brain when you do that to someone. When you're at a point with a stranger and you want to do that, like posting my whole address, and his news network has done this to other people, and like this was back in 2020. Antifa showed up at my friend's house, Louis' house, and like, what was he fucking thinking? Like, that's just so evil.
Like, if you dox someone, you want them harm. Like, you want them harmed. There's no other reason why you would do that. Yep. So you're fucked up.
It's so fucked up. But then I'm like, well, it just made me like, okay, I guess it's all part of this plan. Because if that got noticed, right, like, I don't know, it's just like, okay, I guess I have to fucking do this now. I was like,
wait, he works for someone, right? Like, he worked for a network or something?
Yeah, and they haven't called me back. I keep calling them and leaving a message, and they won't even call me back.
They didn't like fire him or anything for posting someone's address, doxing them.
They won't even talk to me, so I don't even know what happened.
Dude, that should be definitely grounds for fucking termination. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And they have
proof of him doing it to other people too. So it's like, I mean, and they had to have seen what he did, and he admitted it was just for some personal bullshit that had nothing to fucking do with, and like. He was so wrong. He was so in the wrong with it.
Yeah,
that's like, how do people get away with that? And they were the ones saying that shit was going to get worse when Elon took over, and they fucking made it worse. It was them projecting that they were going to make shit worse. So,
I mean, I don't think like can CNN like dox someone? Like if they're not a public figure, I don't know. I guess you are considered a public figure. So is it different then?
I mean,
I think it is considered doxing because if people want their public info, they can just go look it up. So it like goes back to why are you just putting it out there? Like, why are you feeling the need to post this online?
Because they want people to fuck with you and harm you.
Right.
Like, there's no other reason.
Doxing boils down to intent. So lots of people have their personal information out there if they own a home. Sometimes even if they rent, it's out there publicly. There's a whole lot of public information out there. I mean, some of these like rewards cards that you sign up for thinking that it's like no big deal, like that's public information. what you buy, what you purchase, and do not for a second think that how you vote is protected, because it's not. All candidates can see how you vote. So like a lot of stuff is public knowledge. But when you take it, for instance, like Jeremy took it, he put it on his personal Twitter, not the news station. And it wasn't a story insofar as he reached out to Forest Mommy for comment. Because if that's the case, then that's a story.
Reach out.
Of course they don't. Because this was not about a story. This was about attacking Forest Mommy and making
it was a vendetta. It was a vendetta against her.
That's what I'm saying.
He was going to teach me a lesson for exposing him, because I exposed him doing it to someone else. So he was going to teach me a lesson, and I was like,
so it's all about intent versus so like his intent was clearly to hurt Forest Mommy, clearly, versus let's say running a story on a candidate.
Yeah,
that was running for office. Whom then he reached out for comment on this, on her running for offices. But his thread had anything to do with her running for office and everything to do with his personal vendetta, and used his professional platform to promote. Therefore, that is doxing.
Wait, did you know him, or did he like follow you or something else?
I just like because it's Twitter.
It started with you calling him out.
Yeah, I called him out a couple times. Actually, the first interaction I ever had with him, because I called all the news people out during COVID and shit, because they're lying their fucking asses off. So the first thing I remember I shared, this was back in it was on one of the other accounts. It was like in December. He shared something where he's like, oh my God, I had to drive an hour to get some story because they didn't have it online, and then was complaining about it. So I shared it, and I was like, live at 10, journalist complains about doing the journalism. And he blocked that, I remember, right away. And then a couple months later is when he tried to dox my friend Cerebral, and he pulled up my friend's a mugshot from my friend's early life and texted it to him I'm gonna expose you, and it was from fucking 20 years ago anyways.
I know, okay,
he's trying to threaten. This is just that's stalker shit. He's just a stalker, that's all he is. And he was stalking my page because he saw me post that I was running. 12 hours later he did this fucking ass
that was another thing. It was so weird how on top of it he was. You decided you were gonna run, and then it was just the very next day.
Yeah, I'm oh, my first 24 hours of politics are going great. It's great.
Yeah,
having a blast. Yeah,
that's it. That's one of the reasons. Yeah, I don't want to run.
They called you an anti-vaxxer. Of course.
But the thing is,
of course he did.
Even though FM has spoke out against past vaccines, you've never been this
I wasn't yoga pants. I wasn't the yoga pants.
Yeah, it wasn't anything. It was just more COVID that you spoke out against.
Yeah,
and
that's their slur. That's their R word. Anti-vax is for those journalists, because there's all the 9 News journalists call everybody anti-vax. It's their R word to everybody else.
They act like that's an insult, though. It's not.
It went fine for me. He thought he was insulted, and even in his apology, he's anti-vax. He had to say in his apology too. It's what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, dude, I'm good.
A backhanded apology, is that the right word?
It wasn't abusive.
It wasn't. It wasn't a real.
It was apology. Denial, and it made him look like the victim, and he lied about me still. And it was it's just an abuser's playbook shit. It was,
and you stream a lot.
Yeah, he's next time you think to not have people on your podcast who talk about my dad. I'm this is a journalist. Journalist is supposed to talk to everybody, and a journalist is telling me not to talk to people. What the fuck is going on? It's also fucking weird.
There's not a lot of good journalists these days. It's pretty fucking sad.
I think it's weird that journalists can interview convicted murderers, but they'll be oh my God, you interviewed somebody that kind of, I feel sort of said something about my dad.
Yeah. Like with that shit with that girl, just pearly thing girl. I don't know if you know who that is. She's like the cheap
She was on
female
Chris-
Andrew Tate. But she like interviewed Nick Fuentes and everyone was giving her shit. I'm like, who cares if she fucking interviews them? But then she bent the knee and fucking apologized. I'm like, dude, stop apologizing. Don't apologize. You want people to interview controversial people. Why? I want it out in the open. I want to hear the crazy. Okay, you don't fucking
Okay.
push them underground. Stupid.
So then, okay, Leanne, how many people in your community specifically like have pushed back on you for supporting conservative?
Oh, no one, because they know I don't fucking care. So even if they say it, I don't care. Like, that's why I was like, you can't call me out because I literally don't care. And I tell people everything. There's nothing I hide. I'm an open book. I'm like, you ain't going to find anything because I probably already told you. So go for it. So no one can call me out. I literally don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. So sometimes people, not anyone in my real life, not even my friends that are like leftist. I mean, I'm still friends with them though. That's the whole thing. Like there isn't anyone I lost. Like we're not as close, but slowly a lot of them became more aware that this was bullshit. But I don't know. I still want people that I don't want to be in an echo chamber, and I don't care if you believe different things. Like the big things matter. Like, don't fuck kids and freedom and those things. So, I mean, other shit can be, looked over. I mean, maybe there's some other weird shit that I'm not thinking of right now, but those two things are pretty big. So,
sure, no, and that's what I was very curious about is like how many in the specifically in the adult film industry, like how many of them see this for the facade that it is, because regardless if it's an R&D,
well, I don't do porn. I just have an OnlyFans, but it's just me. Like
I don't know if you knew anyone. Because I've talked to a few people, and like most of them have like lost friends in the industry. But no, if you just do it like by yourself, like no, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But if you had people that you knew,
if I knew,
yeah,
or if I did,
if you did at some point, that were like absolutely not like I'm for this leftist whole woke inclusive. No. Good. No, good. Really... No. Okay.
I don't have like a ton of people in my life to begin with because I don't really. It has to be people that I'm actually friends with, and I don't know, like not like acquaintances. So I don't really have that many people that would act that way around me to begin with. There's like shit we disagree on, but it's not that bad where they're gonna do like malicious shit to me or anything, or never talk to me again. So
good. No. I mean, how many stories have we all heard of people that have just like completely
it's ridiculous, like
lost people because like they wouldn't mask and now they don't have like friends. That's insane.
That's so weird to me. Shit like that. I'm like, do I want to be around those people that are so unwilling to look at actual data and stuff and just be like this when it's not helpful? Like it doesn't do anything. So you look like a fucking idiot. Like it doesn't do anything. Like, but you still, I don't know. I don't give old people a hard time because they're old and old people just grew up differently. They still believe the government somewhat and the news. And they're just, you can't really get them out of that. They're too old. They're too set in their ways and scared.
Right.
So,
it's a waste of your energy.
Yeah.
It's totally a waste of your energy. No, good. No. And that's good. Like, I'm like happy to hear that. Cause I'm the same way. I gave up on Facebook during COVID, during July 2020. Is the last time that I like scrolled a Facebook feed of mine. I still have a live Facebook, but it's just so.
Yeah. I only go on Facebook to tell my very old relatives like about scams. Like, don't open these links in this email. But I don't use Facebook at all. But for that, because like all my old relatives are on there. But I don't like Facebook anyway. But like I put my name backwards. Like I don't have my last name or anything out or anything in my name or anything like that. So I don't use it that much. So people probably can't even find it, but that's what I use it for. Cause like there's those weird scams going around with emails and they're like clicking it. I have to tell all my old relatives, like, don't open this. Okay. It's not real. That's like the only thing I use Facebook for.
So
Like,
you're a good woman. You're a good woman for that, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. Amen.
There's that one on Twitter that was like it would show up as an Instagram link in your DMs, and like I don't know what happened, but if you clicked it, it would like
dude, all my DMs, the message requests, like from people like you don't follow or whatever, it's all like sex bots, like all of it. I'm like, how many fucking bots are on here? I thought Instagram was bad. Like, I don't think there's humans on Instagram anymore. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
Like, I go under like Fox News posts, any of those, it's all bots, dude. Like, hey, look at my stories for a good time and like all this shit. Like, there's no actual humans talking. And I'm like, damn. I don't fucking hate it.
She's right. She's totally right. No, I anyway, I just really appreciate like that because I've been curious and like if you were
you can ask me anything. I don't
if you were even remotely like close, like what does that look like? And you know, how does it feel? And so no, I'm like so glad. And like you will work. Like your whole thing, like it's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Like,
I just learned a long time ago with people in general, like there's just too many fucking fake weird people. I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
I'd rather
but your authenticity is awesome. And it's what like draws people to the message. And so like, you know,
I mean, all of you seem pretty authentic too. It'd be way too exhausting to be fake. That's how like some of these people in the conservative area, I know things about them, and I'm not gonna say it unless they do something real fucked up, but just the way they act and then who they portray, it's not who they are. And I'm just like, how do you one day you're gonna snap because you're pretending to be shit that you're not, and that's exhausting. Like, I don't want to remember lies. I'm not gonna do that. And they're just so different than what they portray, and that has to be like just soul sucking. Like, just because if you slip up, man, they will fucking tear your ass apart. You can ask Jack Murphy. And all Jack Murphy had to do was say, yeah, I did it, man. All right. My girlfriend wanted me to take things up the butt on this campsite. No one would have cared, but he fucking hid it and tried to act all dumb.
Exactly.
Just own it. Be like, yes, I fucking did it. Oh, well, like, yeah, man, whatever. And no one would have cared. You could have made merch with you with something in your butt, and people would have bought it and thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah, we're
gonna like, why did you do that? Like, just say, yes, I did it. Like, no one's perfect, man. Like, they're not. So just say it. Like, he acted like such a bitch. And then he like ruined all of it. I don't know if y'all know who he is or like.
We know. I do.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. I wasn't sure because you didn't like politics. Or
no, we know exactly. We know Jack Murphy, and that's cool.
I just don't know why he did that. Like, you're an idiot. Like, why didn't you just say?
We're the three women that were like, oh, you like to cook? That's
people
cool, man.
will find out, dude. They will find out. So just fucking
we don't care. No one.
Yeah,
we're like
like blame it on your girlfriend, man. Be like, oh, she wanted me to do it.
Okay, fine. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Like no one care again because like I literally do not have the energy in my day to care about other people's sex lives. Like, who the fuck?
No, fuck that.
Oh my god.
Well, the funny thing is that they're the ones, people who are so like attacking him like crazy. It's because they were like imagining his wife getting fucked. Like they were like thinking about it, and they were
100%.
You know, they're like, oh, it's funny when that people get outed like that, and the crowd, when the mob kind of gangs up on people, it almost like triggers something in them where they like feel like, oh, we're allowed to like think about them doing these things, and like we'll say we're ashamed, it's shameful, but we're like thinking about it. Like, you know, dudes were like, it would be kind of hot to see my wife get fucked. I mean, you know, she's hot. Like, you know,
I wonder how many people looked up that shit, Jack Murphy's little porn.
Oh, you know, a bazillion gazillion people.
Yeah, exactly. They probably looked it up right away.
Oh, yeah.
What's the point of the story without the sex part? That's not fun.
Like, I love when people try to out, like, they find out someone in their family does porn, and it's like, Well, who was watching it?
Yeah, exactly.
You were obviously
like, how do you know? Like, how do you know?
Yeah,
like, yeah, we
you're
know
so
how
much
you know.
better.
I don't know who found that out about him. Does anyone know? Like,
He
where
like wrote an article about it. And
Yeah.
it was under a pen name, I believe, or some other, like, because Jack Murphy's not his real name either. But like, I don't know.
And then somebody brought it up on that show that he was on with.
Oh yeah,
with that Elijah and Sydney
girl or the other
yeah,
girl?
that's Sydney.
Yeah.
And she made accusations towards that dude, and I heard accusations about him before she even said it, that he cheats on his wife and does all this other shit. And I'm just like, damn.
There's quite a few people in that arena that are nothing that they pretend like they are. And I just, especially women too. Okay, the women are fucking
like,
homie hopping, fucking anyone with a following. Fucking bitches out here, like acting like they're some trad wife. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, we all horny. Please. Don't try and hide it. We all horny. Like,
it's so funny to me. I'm like, if you only fucking knew what these people act like. I mean, Lauren Southern made a video about it, and she ain't fucking wrong. Like, no.
Oh.
Like, I wouldn't want to be in. That's why I used to say conservative thought because it was like funny in my bio, and I just took it out because just there was like so many conservatives just acting insane and just picking on me about dumb shit. Like, I think we have bigger issues than my tits. Okay, I'm not trying to fuck kids. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But you're like fucking pushing people away that are totally against what you are, but you're just so holier than thou. They just use religion to be hateful. Like, they are the right wokes, like the left, but they justify it with religion instead. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, you're the same. So fuck them. I'm nothing. I'm like more right leaning, but I'm like, I'm probably more conservative than most of you. So shut the fuck up. Like, seriously.
No,
it's just
wild. The more they like are judgy and shit about it, you're like, okay, you're sus. Like, that's just being sus to me. Like, right away,
I don't. Who cares? Yeah. Like, I'm not out here trying to get kids to do shit, and I actually tell girls not to do OnlyFans, and that shouldn't be the first thing you jump to, because it is a big deal, and you're not going to make that much money. That's a lie. Like, it's so oversaturated,
dude.
Like,
I wish girls could understand that you're not just gonna,
like, tell them the truth.
Jump in there and make like the money. The girls that have been doing it, that have been cultivating these followings, like, you cannot, just like you can't jump into Twitter and all of a sudden get 5,000 followers. Like, I don't care how you could post titty and pussy shots all day long.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
I mean, people are buying your OnlyFans because of your personality now, because they can get tits anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I made a TikTok about that, like the truth, telling them not to do it, because I know people that make fake statements so you use their affiliate links and all this shit. And a few girls messaged me on there before my one account got banned, but like, this one girl lost her family, her boyfriend, because of OnlyFans, and she made like $50 in like 5 months or some shit, 6 months.
Right.
So she did all that for what? Nothing. Because all these girls on TikTok are like, oh, I make thousands of dollars. Or they're telling them to like rip off people, like go on sugar daddy sites and pretend like you're going to meet them. I'm like, yeah, you're literally going to get someone killed. Like, you don't know who these dudes are. They're fucking insane. You're just going to keep leading them on. I'm like, they are not going to like give you thousands of dollars for sending your feet. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. It's not happening.
Damn it.
And they're telling these girls that, and they're like grooming them. Under 18 girls on TikTok grooming them for OnlyFans. It's
right. It's just,
I'm like, don't do it. Bad. So stupid.
No, that's terrible. Makes me sad.
Yeah, it is. It is sad.
Because like, girls just think that, like, oh, well, if like a job doesn't work, well, I'll just sell my pussy on OnlyFans, like, as if 6 people at $5 a month is gonna do anything.
It's not. And they don't have a backup plan either. Like, I have a job that, like, in oil and gas, I don't need.
Good for you. Yeah.
And they don't get it. And I'm like, your shit's gonna be out there regardless. So you should think about that, because if you try to get a job and they see that, then they just don't ever think about it. I'm like,
No, the
dumb.
internet is forever.
Yeah, at least when I danced, that wasn't. You're like in a club and then you leave and go home.
Hell yeah, good for
Now
you.
they're just putting it all
Right.
on the internet. And I'm like, maybe dance at a club first, just to like see. Don't just, but they won't.
And they'll see that you got, because I tried it when I turned 30 just for fun, and like you
Mhm.
gotta fucking hustle and work, and like it's
Yeah.
regulars, like you walking in and especially like someone like me, I had a totally different body type for the like most of the crowd that was there that did, but like it took a while, and I was just like, this is hard. I just was doing it for fun, didn't need it anyways, but it's like, man, that's hard work.
Yeah.
If people like need it, if you need that money, and you will start like when because guys would sometimes play the savior card, they're trying to save you and shit, and I was like, if I was a dumbass, like it would work, but
Yeah, it's
I'm
way
not trying to
better.
get saved. I'm trying to make you pay my bill.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun working in a strip club, and then I didn't because like so many girls got addicted to drugs and heroin.
Oh yeah, it's so sad.
When
and
that
chest
happens,
tattoos like crazy.
yeah, they do shit for like $20 that I ain't gonna do for $1,000. So it gets really, it's like not worth it because they'll just do anything because they're on drugs. So I just quit, and that's when I started doing like the private stuff, which was fun too, but. I don't know how strip clubs are now. I haven't been to one in a while, like since before
either.
COVID.
Then eventually I'm like, damn, this is so expensive. I'm not hanging out here anymore.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
Strip clubs are so expensive.
Oh wait, no, I
And-
was in one in Atlantic City. I forgot. Yeah. It was weird.
Oh,
They
that's
take your
so-
phones. It was weird.
Ooh,
Yeah, you have to like give them your phone.
interesting.
It's really weird.
Mm-mm.
Oh, she said
No,
her
I'm not-
laptop was gonna
That's
die.
weird.
Oh,
That's
I guess
weird.
it does.
But I've been in strip clubs in the last 5 years, and it's always been expensive. It's even more expensive now, and in most big cities, the song allotment
Mhm.
is even shorter than it used to be. So what you're getting for your money, and like
Mhm.
if you're in a group setting, if you're in like let's say you're a couple and you're getting a dance from one dancer, it used to kind of just be like a charge and a half.
Huh.
Now it's double in big cities. So like both people involved are getting charged for a lap dance, which is to me
It
insane.
must be that inflation.
It is. It has to be.
That's crazy.
It is so crazy to like walk in as a couple and like have to pay like double,
Yeah.
like for two dances. And like I said, like inflation affects the strip clubs first.
Damn.
I'm here to tell you, like
I haven't been to one in a while, so
it's intense. It's very intense, and I personally hate it because, like, especially if I find someone that I like I don't mind paying them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just for the company, for the fun, like I don't mind. Like it's not, but like, dude, when you're
Yeah.
charging me this much money, like I can't afford to like keep your company for a few hours. I can afford your company for an hour, and then you have to go.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no.
I wonder how much champagne rooms are now.
I
Like
can't even imagine,
$1,000.
bro. I can't even imagine anymore. Seriously, like I can't afford it. I'll tell you that.
I mean, even
I feel
regular
it-
bottle services at like shit clubs were like up. So like people were paying $2,000 for that and shit. So it's
That is
like,
the dumbest shit ever.
Why? Oh
And
my
they
god!
live in their mom's basement and shit, and they're
Right,
out
right.
buying bottles. That's like $30 at the liquor store.
At the
Yeah,
liquor
like,
store. You already know. Mhm.
No.
but they come out with the sparkler.
Yeah,
know,
there's
so-
a sparkler. Meanwhile, you can go get them at the fucking dollar store. You just stick it in there and have it.
Mommy
at your
knows where to
house.
go get sparklers.
yeah. I
I would
always have
not
sparklers
pay
in
that
here.
much. Like people are dumb. Like why would you
People
spend
are.
that much on that shit?
Waste of money.
But why would you spend that much on OnlyFans when like
I don't know. I have no clue. That's why I
Leanne,
tell people, I'm like, if you
I'm not-
can't afford it, don't do it. Like, don't like take yourself broke. Especially with these bitches that be selling shit for like $5,000. Like, for what? She's not gonna give you anything, okay? Like, it's
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. She's
Yeah, I'm
never
not
gonna meet you. Ugh.
right? I'm not
I
talking
told
about you,
everyone,
Leanne. I'm
I'm
talking
not
about
gonna
those
date
people
you.
that think
I'm not
like
gonna meet you. I'm not doing it. I dance
Right,
and
right.
that's it. Like, there's nothing else. No fucking weird people. Like,
Right.
no, don't get
No.
weird. No.
Right.
If people want to come
Right.
help me with politics and volunteering, then they can meet me that way, but they ain't gonna meet me in like a sexy way ever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right.
you can hang out
Right.
with me. We'll be friends, you know?
Yeah.
You want to help me?
But
Well,
that
I don't know if Alice is coming back. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see the text.
I think it's gone, Stoner.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
in.
we can just send
I'm
it.
in. I'm in Melbourne.
well, she said in the
Florida.
private chat that it was her laptop was gonna die.
Yeah, she's getting it plugged in and stuff, but we can end it.
Okay. Yeah. No, Leanne, it was so cool to meet you. First of all,
Thanks.
Like,
Thanks for
just let
having me
say-
on.
Yeah,
I think I followed you on Twitter.
you did. Thank you
Okay.
so much. That was a big deal. I
What?
followed you for a long
Nuh-uh.
time. Yeah. Oh, it's a big deal. And
no
I
woman.
think you're doing. I think you're doing awesome.
Oh,
and like
thanks.
any headway anyone can get in the MAGA crowd for like just like a little bit more than Trump.
Yeah.
You know, like I you're doing great. So thank
Thanks.
you.
Oh,
thank you.
thank you.
Seriously, like just furthering liberty, just like turning it
Yeah.
up to
Being a real
11.
person, being a real fucking like
And
I don't give
yeah,
a fuck
being a
what you
real
think about
person.
me kind of person.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
I-
rare,
it-
man, which is sad
It's so rare. It's
and
so rare.
exhausting. I'm like, why is people like this? Is people, there goes my hood language.
Alice is back.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah,
why
no,
are people like this?
We're gonna end it any.
Pop in and say goodnight. Well,
Yeah,
Good
we're
night,
gonna leave.
Alice.
yeah. I felt bad, so I just wanted to pop in and say goodnight. Thank you all. Thank you,
Good
Leanne,
night,
for coming
Alice.
on.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, I'm
Anytime.
ending it. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
chat.
guys. Take
Good
care.
night.
Bye.